Hi, everybody! Oh, man. I have so much fucking anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. Let's start. It's Tuesday. The sun is out. Makes me real fucking sad. I love me my fucking depressed fucking days of sunshine. Okay, there's a lighter. Yeah. Okay, anyways. So, it's Tuesday. I fly out on Thursday, so I'm trying to get in some solid gym time here, because I need to get back. And it's it's actually ridiculous because I have more weight than I thought. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna roll a joint, bitches. And the weed's already been ground up. Saves fucking so much time. Ready? Okay, so, real quick here. Oh, I need to take these or else Raymond's gonna be so mad. Can't forget his gibbets here. Look at Randy Marsh. Oh, yeah. So yesterday, I colored my hair. I hit up my cousin Monica and I was like, hey, you know what? Because since it's a split dye, right, and my part isn't down the middles or else it'd be super easy, it's down on the side part, so I have to get it from here and then go right here and then pull this section out. So I didn't have anyone, and I was like, Monica, I was already busy, what's up? And then she was just like, she's like, no, not really. And I was like, you want to come over and fucking part my hair for me? I'm like, hey, are you busy right now? She's like, no. And I'm like, oh. And I'm like, do you want to come part my hair for me? She's like, and I'm like, so I can color my hair? She's just like, okay. She's just like, because she was like, can we come over? Can me and Bree come over? She's like, because we're bored. We're bored and we're depressed. And I'm like, oh, children. I'm like, that's fine. My cousin Bree is the 15, soon to be 16-year-old that did mushrooms and is all enlightened. And I really like her, actually. So anyways, and it was funny because I was just like, yeah, nobody likes me, wants to hang out with me, because I have a fucking opinion, and I'm like, but you know what it comes down to, like, I'm way better than these bitches. And then I was even like, dude, when you hang out with my sisters, I'm like, the problem with them is they always expect something, right? And she's like, yeah, they do. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, see, you can't just hang out with people, just hang out with them and be like, oh, you're a good time, all of these things. I'm like, it's fucked up and it's fucking stupid. So anyways, she was like, can we come over? And I'm like, well, why the fuck is Bree home? And I'm like, it's a fucking school thing, you get that little girl at school. And she was just like, she had cramps today. And I was like, oh, you little bitch ass women. Like, I had some gnarly cramps. I still get fucking gnarly cramps. Fucking, because my periods are irregular. My periods were irregular up until like a year ago. And then suddenly I started bleeding every fucking Sarah. Fucking, as soon as I had a girlfriend, I was like, I'm fucking bleeding. She's like, oh my god, me too. And I was like, god damn it, Sarah. And fucking now I just bleed all the time. So, it's a thing. But hanging out with her definitely regulated my shit for sure. Anywho. So they come over. I just blew my paper off my lap. They come over, we hang out. Monica's like, hey, can we smoke? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then I'm like, hey, have you guys ever watched Half Baked? Because they're fucking, one's 15 turning 16 and the other one is fucking 20. And they're like, what's it about? And I'm like, oh my gosh, hilarious. I was like, well, folks. And I was just like, it's a great fucking show. I'm like, let's go fucking smoke and then we'll talk about it. So me and Monica went to go burn it. And then I'm like literally telling them about my fucking childhood because they had no idea, right? They just assumed like I wasn't around. Krystal just does whatever the fuck she wants, all these things. How do people drive without sunglasses? I don't get it. This lady fucking just drive by and she's like this, like with the fucking sun, like doesn't even have the visor down. And I'm like, help yourself out, girlfriend. Get some shades. My hair's a mess right now. But anyways, so, because they're telling me that their life with their mom is hard. And I'm like, you guys are just so fucking spoiled and you guys just don't want to do shit. You guys just don't want to do shit. That's just what it is. And I'm like, back in my day, right? I'm like, back in my day, I had to fucking clean the bathroom and do hella shit before I could go fucking anywhere. And if I did a Mickey Mouse fucking job, meaning like if I just like wiped down the counters really quick and like didn't scrub the toothpaste fucking off and all of these things, my grandma would come into that bathroom, she would put her fucking finger on the thing like this and be like, is that clean? Does that feel like that's clean to you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, fine. And so, yeah, these kids get fucking money by just asking for it. And I'm like, we are a different generation, folks. Straight the fuck up. I'm like, we worked for our fucking shit, and you guys just expect these handouts. And I'm like, help your mom. She works too fucking hard. And your dad's a bitch-ass nigga, so... And I say that not in, like, a racist way, but, like, man, you know when you meet those fucking dudes that are just so fucking worthless and so fucking lame, and you're just like, ugh. Yeah. So, I apologize for using the N-word, but it's a real thing. Anyways, and it wasn't the N-word, it was a slang term, but still, I understand, and I apologize. It's, oh man, their dad's just the worst. And that's what I told him, and I'm like, dude, your fucking dad, like, he has not been with my aunt for, I don't know, 10 years, but he won't divorce her, because if they get divorced, guess who gets child support? She does, because she has all fucking 4 of her fucking kids living with her. And it's like, yeah, you know, your dad sees the struggle that my fucking aunt is going through. You think he gives a fuck? No, because he's fucking selfish. He is a typical dickhead fucking man. Him and my ex could be fucking best friends. Seriously. All they fucking do is take. Sorry. So anyways, yeah, so we go fucking burn it. We talk about my fucking childhood, and I tell them how much harder my life was than theirs, because I grew up with a drug addict mother. A drug addict mother who neglected the fuck out of us for a solid 5 fucking years. And I let them know, you guys have a super easy life. You guys wake up, you guys have fucking groceries in your refrigerator. Son of a bitch. You guys have groceries in your fucking refrigerator. You guys fucking have a fucking Monica has a car, Robert has a fucking car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't get a car until I was 18, and it's only because I fucking got into a car accident and I got cashed out with like $15,000, and then I bought my car. And I bought a little brand new fucking car off the lot, and I love that bitch. But yeah, but these kids are like, I need to get, and before that, I had asked for a car since I was like 16, nothing. Went to the fucking credit union. I was like, hey, I'm working, I'm making this much with my grandparents. And they're like, well, how long have you been working there? I'm like, only like 3 months. And they're just like, is that enough time? Blah, 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 blah. They're like, we can't approve you for a loan. And I'm like, I'm fucking 16. Like, I can only work so fucking much. Like, what do you mean? And so it was just fucking lame. So I couldn't get approved for a loan when I went to the credit union. And then I ended up coming back like 16 months fucking later and being like, look, bitches, now I have $15,000. Now I'm gonna go buy a fucking car without your fucking help. Fuck you guys. Because as soon as I deposited that money, they're like, well, would you like to... And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go down to a real dealership and I'm gonna fucking finance through them, because fuck you, because I'm an idiot and I should have just fucking done it and I would have had a way better fucking rate, I bet. But, you know, it is what it is, my friend. So anyways, so I just told them how fucking spoiled they were and all of these things, and I think by the end of it, they kind of realized that I was right. It's like, yeah, you guys don't need to be, like, so fucking ungrateful. Like, you guys have North Face things. You guys have North Face jackets. You guys have Jordan fucking shoes. Like, you have all the things you think you need. Look, you guys, my double chin came back. Ugh. Why? Because I haven't worked out for fucking 2.5 weeks, and I actually haven't been eating. Ray asked me yesterday what I ate, and I was like, I had breakfast, and I had chorizo and eggs, and he's like, what do you have for dinner? And I was like, I don't know. And it's like, yeah, bitch, that is not good. But the kids are only here for another 2 days. They're here for all day tomorrow, and then I drop them off at school on Thursday, and then sorry, hold on. I fucking drop them off at school Thursday. Then I take my happy ass to SFO. Or then I come home. No, then I go to the gym. Then I get fucking ready. And then I go to SFO. And wait for my fucking flight. And I'm so happy, you guys, because honestly, fucking gas is like $5.15 now. I have a 16-gallon tank, and it's just like, this flight only cost me $40 out of pocket. I'm flying JetBlue. I had a credit with them. I had a credit with them because I fucking booked a flight. booked a flight to Seattle. booked a flight to Seattle. And they canceled it, and they just refunded me my money. But I had money in like my travelers bank, so they put it back on there. So I only paid $40 for this, and I was very happy with that. And then, yeah, hold on. Yeah, okay, that was yesterday. So, so they watched Half Baked. I colored my hair. And then after we, in the middle of coloring my hair, they're like, hey, the TV went out. Because, like, my Chromecast will be, or Hulu on my Chromecast will be like, we can't play this video right now, sorry. I'm like, what the fuck, you assholes? So that was the thing. And then I'm like, well, I guess you have to watch whatever you want because it's not working. And so I go back to the bathroom and I fucking finish coloring my hair. And it's like silent for the rest of the time. And then I'm like, it's too fucking quiet. I'm gonna put on some music. So I put on some fucking music. And then when I'm done coloring my hair, I go outside and I'm like, these two fucking little kids are all passed out fucking snoring. And I'm like, to be a burnt out teenager again. Because I'm pretty sure Bree had her own little pen. Because me and Monica smoked, and fucking Bree was like, I'm just gonna stay in here and use my phone. And then she ended up passing out too. Maybe it was cramps. Nobody knows. But I was just like, these fucking guys. Then my stepdad came home, and he's just like, and I'm like, I know, burnt out teenagers. And then he's like, looks like it. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then I'm taking a piss, and I fucking look, and Monica comes out, she's like, we're leaving. And I'm like, it's all good, Sleeping Beauty. And I thought that was hilarious. So then I pick up the kids, and then we have fucking dinner, and then I have class. And my class goes from 6:20 to 8:20. And one of my classmates was just like really getting on my teacher, like, nothing's being graded, I'm not getting this, my assignments, blah, 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 all this stuff, right? She's like, do you even know how to look at that? And I'm like, bitch, the fuck? Like, who talks to their professor like that? And like, secondly, it's not a big deal, because guess what? My shit has gotten graded. She says there's like 79 people in the class, right? Only 14 of us show up to the live feed. Everyone else just watches it. And fucking, she has all of those papers to grade. You know what I'm saying? So my last name starts with a G. So my assignments have already been graded. I'm at, I think, 98% in that class right now. And she was just like, mine hasn't been great, blah, blah. She's like, look, I want you to get the credit for the work that you've done. Go ahead and resubmit it. She's like, this is what I'm going to do. She's like, I'm going to fucking open up all of the assignments, and the due date for all assignments is fucking December 6th. She's like, if you can't get it into me by December 6th, no fucking exceptions, I'm not going to fucking take the work. And I'm like, yes! Because I'm like, I'm legit 2 assignments behind right now. Actually, two assignments behind, and this lesson that she's having us do, lesson 10, 11, and 12, she basically was like, what did she say? She basically was like, what did she say? She basically was like, I can't remember what I was fucking saying. I got like a fucking image of me on the plane, listening to my other fucking paralegal class, because I have a paralegal class on Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30. And I'm gonna be just getting off my flight, actually, at that time. So anyways, so my professor was like, this is what we're doing, this is what's going on, and that's it. And I'm like, dope, that's all tight. Because I'm behind, and it just like alleviates so much weight from my shoulders trying to like have a deadline. Now I have a deadline, and now I have time, and now I can manage and fucking put my shit in the fucking, whatchamacallit, give myself dates to get the fucking work done. Yeah, dude, I've just been so depressed, you guys. I remember telling this fucking girl at the gym over here, she was like, I haven't seen you, what's going on? And I'm like, dude, I'm just depressed. Like, she's like, still? And I'm like, depression is real, my friends. I think depression has been one of those things where people are like, oh, I'm depressed, and like kind of like want to be able to be relatable. But realistically, it's like, there's getting sad, right? Like, oh, I'm sad because gas went up. Oh, I'm sad because my shoes that were on sale yesterday aren't on sale today, and they don't have them in my size anyways. Like, you know, there are things to be like, I'm kind of sad about that. But like, then there's like things to be, sorry, things to be depressed about. Like investing $1,000 or $1,200 in paint for a house that you never got to live in, and giving your kids fucking dreams that they're gonna live in this fucking house and have this backyard and have like all of these friends around them that have kids their age and all of these things, right? You have all that taken away from you, and then your kids are sad, and then they're starting to act out in school. And that's where we're going here today, folks. So yeah, class was good. Everything went well. I did all my laundry last night. I was gonna go to the gym last night, but after class I was just so fucking tired. I went upstairs. I folded clothes for like 2 hours. Fucking watched this crime fucking documentary called like Crime in the Wild or some shit. And it's basically about this dude who takes his wife to a secluded ass area, takes her to this fucking like hill or this fucking cliff, and then pushes her off, and then claims that she fell as she was trying to take a picture, right? So it's at a national park, it's on federal property, the fucking feds look into it, right? And then they determine that it's a homicide, all of these things, fucking look into it, look into the husband, turns out he fucking killed some other fucking, his first fucking wife, all these things, right? And at the end of it, the attorney who like first caught on and was like, we need to further investigate this, she was talking about how she went on the stand and like presented all of her evidence and laid out everything, and this is where this was and all of these things, and like if it wasn't for that attorney and this like intuition she had inside of her, it never would, like it would have been an open and shut case. Like, oh, it was an accident, she fell off this fucking jagged ass fucking mountain. Top that, no one has any business up there fucking, no one has any business up there like doing anything. Like, it's such a, unless you're an avid hiker who's young, but these people were like in their 50s and they were just like, yeah, look at how hard it is to get up here. He had her climb all the way up here so he could push her off and do what? Collect her life insurance, my friend. That's what it is. Ray being a diabetic, I should probably get a fucking life insurance policy on him. But, you know, like, I'm not gonna fucking intentionally fucking kill the guy and poison him with all of these things. Like, fucking A. So, and then his first wife had died under mysterious circumstances, too. She fucking died while, he was changing the tire on their fucking car. She went to go reach for a lug nut that was underneath the fucking car, hit the fucking jack, and the car fell on top of her. Anyone who has ever seen a jack, ever lifted a jack, ever fucking... I have not. I have seen them. I have not changed my own tire before. But I have seen that these things are pretty sturdy. Like, if you have them on a solid ground like you're supposed to fucking change this flat tire of yours, you should be okay. And, so basically, they use the evidence, because the case that they had against him, it wasn't a case of, like, DNA tying him to the fucking scene of the crime, right? Like a concrete, for sure, definite, he's guilty because here's the science. It was a crime that had circumstantial evidence, right? You guys can Google that if you want. And fucking, based on the same circumstances as his fucking first wife dying, they basically were like, he probably killed her too, and he definitely killed this one, and this was like the second attempt that he had taken on her life. So I was all caught up into it, because at the end, the attorney was like, we did all of this to bring justice to Tony, to the victim who died, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, yes, that's why you want to be an attorney, Krystal, to help people and to bring justice to them, because the system of ours is pretty fucking backwards sometimes. How did my fucking ex fucking get joint custody? How did fucking all of these things happen in my life? You know, I don't know. But like I said, it really is a blessing in disguise, because I was so ready to move to LA and to start my life out there that I forgot, like, my grandparents are here. My grandpa hates LA. Fucking hates LA. He was never gonna come visit me. Me twisting his arm to walk me down the aisle was gonna have to be a thing, right? Straight the fuck up. So, so that was the thing. Oh no. Hold on, sorry. Okay, never mind. I fucking saw my receipt for my car wash fucking got wet, and I'm like, is it the number? But it wasn't. Because my car wash is good for 90 days, bitches. So when I come back from LA, I'll probably just give her a wash, since she's not going to go anywhere for 4 days. Anywho, fuck, you know what? I should just do that. I should see if I have any friends in South City, and I can just park my car out there for 4 days. I don't know. I could just take Bart and stop being a little bitch. That could be a thing too. Oh, but you know what? Raymond is going to get the full McSkeez's mode this weekend, because guess what I'm gonna do this weekend, you bitches? I'm gonna get my nails done for him. Not for me. Because honestly, I could give a fuck. But, I definitely want to get them done for him. I literally have all day on fucking Friday on. Note to self: straighten hair first, and then get your fucking nails done, bitch. Jesus. But anyways, what I really wanted to talk about today was fucking Ava's fucking teacher talking to me, and like I saw her and I was like, bye Ava, have a good day. And she looked at me, she's like, hold on, and I'm like, okay, it's all good. And then she's like giving the kids hand sanitizer and stuff, and I'm like, wait, I'm like, oh, you know, by the way, I wanted to reach out to her and shoot you an email. I was just like, I lost my case. It's like, she's like, oh no. I was like, yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is when we're here. Gonna make the most of my time. Spend time with my grandparents, family members, and all the things. So, yeah. So, oh, and actually, yeah, I do need to rekindle some relationship with some family members. That's for damn sure. Anywho, so she pulls me to the side, and after all the kids are gone, she's just like, hey, like, the kids are in the classroom. She's like, hey, you know, like, I'm having some real concerns. Ava's just, you know, kind of acting out. She's like, and I know it's because of what's going on. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's hard. And then she was like, you know, I know it's hard. She's like, but if you can get you and Dad together, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, it's so much easier said than done. Like, if you can get you and Dad together and have a conversation and just let her know, like, we both love you, we're both here for you, we want you to be happy, you know, like, everything's okay, all of these things. It would be so fucking great. Yep. Fucking hate that guy. I'm so glad I come to the gym after him. So anyways, I definitely like heard her and heard her thoughts and opinions, and she was just like, you guys just need to come together and have that conversation and let her know. And I'm like, I would love to sit with my ex and have both of our kids at the fucking table and be like, look, mom and dad are happier not together, or better off not. Fuck, I don't know how to tell them. I don't know how to tell them everything is okay. You know, like, it's okay that mom and dad don't live together. It's okay that mom and dad are in love with other people. Like, you know, sometimes it's better that way, but we both love you and we're here for you. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to fucking, like, do some research and, like, see, like, some psychological shit and see what the best way to go about it would be. But, like, essentially, I would love to just, like, fuck, have the three of them, honestly. Have the three of them come together and have all of their dad and I just by ourselves tell them, like, it's okay, you guys. It's okay to be angry and to be upset and to wish we lived together again. Because, like, a long time ago, Killian would tell me, well, why don't we just get a big house and we could all live together? And Raymond could come too, right? And it's just like, yeah, right, Mr. Money, that'd be nice. And then, or he was like, and you and my dad could get back together, and you and my dad could be together. And I'm like, well, what about Raymond? And he was just like, well, Raymond can come too. But, like, you know what I mean? It was obvious, like, he wanted to see his parents together. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like they were still so young, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Ava even remembers Dagger and I, or like he and I together, and fucking, I don't know how much Killian remembers, honestly. I know Killian remembers, like, he calls me out all the time. He's like, remember that time when I woke up and you were in the living room and with my dad? And I'm like, yeah, like, that obviously confused them. You know what I'm saying? Because we had already been living in California by ourselves. And then they came out, and then, like, he and I tried to work it out. But, like, I just couldn't, dude. I was just, like, so happy doing other things. Because I was very limited to the things that I could do with him. People I could hang out with, fucking just shit like that. And it's just one of those... It's just one of those things where the kids just need to be reassured that they are loved and they can ask us about anything at any time and ask us for anything, and we'll do what we can to give it to them and provide it for them. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, it would be Ray and I have money coming together and we invest in the kids. If he invested in the kids, like, now that we're gonna be here, let's put them in some fucking sports. Let's put them in some fucking extracurricular activities. You know what I mean? Like, let's be able to co-parent, like, and be civil. Because why do you hate me so much? Like, you said you never loved me anyways. What is the issue? And so it just sucks that, like, it's affecting our kids now. Like, I think Killian's getting better adjusted, but, like, I don't know what he's telling them when they're with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a thing. this truck just hit all of these trees over here. There's just hella leaves falling. I'm like, I don't want that. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on in his house, and I can't ask him anything about how he does things, and it's just like, but I can tell you one thing, there's definitely some hereditary things. My fucking stepdaughter, when you used to talk to her, she would just zone you out and just give you this blank fucking stare. I've seen that in my oldest, and now I've seen that in Ava, and I'm like, fuck, like, we know mental illness is a thing. Should we just go take her to a therapist now and start the process? I mean, should we try to resolve it by just showing her love, or, you know what I mean, around her? And can he stop having animosity towards my fucking fiance? Like, the fuck, motherfucker? Like, I don't hate your girlfriends. I think your girlfriend's a stupid bitch, because anyone that is with you really is, honestly, because you're just not a good person. And I tried to warn her, and she thought I was being jealous and petty, and it's just like, this is just a female looking out for another female, because you don't want to be put through the ringer here, my friend. Why? Because I was, and because his fucking ex before him was, and fucking, she was just like, dude, it was just so bad at the end. Like, it was just so fucking bad. And then, he told me this story about her, and I see what he did actually now. He told me that she cheated on him. He told me she cheated on him. She went to fucking Job Corps, got this other fucking boyfriend, started doing all these other fucking things. Like, it was just really, like that she was just this, like, shitty ass human being, just, like, broke his heart, right? And after that, he didn't date or fuck anyone for 4 years, right? I was the first person. Lucky me. And so, because he needed, like, time to recover and heal and shit. And I'm like, that, like, when he told me that, I'm like, good for you, dude. Like, it's about finding yourself and blah, blah, blah. So, like, I was just reeled in. But it was a lie. It was a lie. When I reached out to her, because I was finally like, hey, dude, my name is Krystal. I'm fucking this dude's fucking ex. I fucking have 3 fucking kids with him. Fucking, he told me you met up with him. He told me he basically told me after we broke up and he was in the area, he reached out to her on Instagram, of course, right? Because he knew exactly how to find her. He reached out to her on Instagram, and they, like, had a date, and he ended up, like, buying some wax off of her that he didn't like, is what he said. And then they, like, had a drink, and she was telling him, she was, like, all paranoid and all fucking scared and looking around, and he was like, what's wrong? And she was like, dude, my fucking ex, like, he's a psycho, he's fucking stalking me, like, I just don't feel safe, all of these things. Like, he's telling me these things, and as he's telling me these things, it's, like, blowing my mind, right? And I like, he finishes telling me these things, I'm like, you do realize this is what you're doing to me, right? Like, this is exactly how I feel. Like, you stalk me, you fucking, like, watch my stories and show up at these fucking restaurants and these places that I'm fucking at, like, and then, like, start, like, choke, like, what the fuck, dude? And he was just like, he just didn't get it. He's like, huh? And then, like, I get it now, right? He just, like, oh my god, dude, he's so fucking crazy. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, he just flips the script every time, right? He used everything that he was doing to me, and he put her name attached to it. I guess to see my fucking reaction, or to see if I was fucking aware. I don't know. And then fucking he did all the things that he said that she did. And fucking, I just felt so bad for her. She was like, I was just so happy to get away. And I was just like, when did it end? That's all I want to know, is like, when did it end? Actually, I should actually hit her up, because I'm going to be in the area and I'm going to have fucking nothing to do for hours. I think on Sunday. Maybe I'll drive out to Woodland Hills. We'll see. But yeah. So, I don't know, dude. So, like I said, I don't know what's going on over there. And I just need him to really think about, like, our children and how it's mentally affecting them, and, like, how it could long-term mentally affect them. Telling our 11-year-old fucking, that I broke up our family and I took the kids and I left them behind because I wanted to go have sex with other men. Irreparable damage right there. My friend fucking Luis, who grew up without a mom, his mom literally abandoned him. And his dad and their fucking sister and his sister and shit. Like, and he just is like, I have hella fucking issues because of it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I know. And then he told me, when I told him, like, I'm just gonna leave Presley here, like, I wanted to take Presley with me, and I asked him. And he was like, no, I want to stay here. I want to finish out my school year. And I remember telling him, like, I'm not abandoning you. And if you want to come with me, I will come pick you up. You know what I mean? Like, I will be here in 12 hours. Or in fucking, like, 12 hours. And fucking, he was just like, it's okay. And then his dad just, like, whispered that shit in his ear, which I think is 100% child abuse, and fucking, our relationship has never been the same since. So it really sucks, and it's pretty much the reason why we don't talk. And I could fucking show you guys the months and 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 years now of me reaching out to him and just getting no responses. And it's just really whack. So that is the thing. So we really need to, because my daughter's beautiful. I don't want her to be a beautiful, crazy person. I want her to thrive and be happy and not be mean to other people, because she is going through some shit on her own. If she has the mouth that her dad and I have, we're both some extremely sarcastic motherfuckers with a very dark sense of humor. If she's anything like Presley is just like us. He says things and I'm like, oh, why are you hilarious? For reals. So that's the thing. That is a thing. But yeah, she could have it real rough growing up. So we need to nip that in the bud as soon as possible, because I don't want that for her. I remember when my life was normal. I remember, like, when I was just a kid, before this second divorce, and before I found out that Teeny and my two sisters, they have the same dad. I thought their dad was my dad. That wasn't the case at like 7 years old. So, and it was devastating for me. So, yeah, no, I was like Killian's age. It would be like me telling Killian right now that his dad, my ex, isn't his dad. And he'd be like, what? Like, what do you mean? So who is my dad? Devastating. That's definitely shit. I don't know. It was definitely fucking traumatizing for me. So, yeah, no. Wayman's calling.